Donald Trump, a self-styled master dealmaker, is preparing to make major American sacrifices to Vladimir Putin and Russia, all in the name of distraction. Confused? Stay with me. All will be clear. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. And before I begin, yes, this is the same shirt I had on yesterday. I saw a lot of you in the comments asking about it. It's by BARABAS. I'll leave a link in the description. On to our story. August 15th marks the big meeting at an Alaskan military base between Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Incidentally, the reason Trump is hosting him on military territory is because Putin is a war criminal. And if Trump hosted him in the U.S., that would cause major international issues and risk running afoul of, well, just about every civilized nation on this planet. The subject of the meeting is Ukraine, with Trump desperate to end the war there, something he pledged he would do on his first day in office. Speaking on Fox News Radio this morning, Trump further elaborated that the meeting is a prelude to another meeting where the fate of Ukraine will be decided. Let's listen in.
This meeting sets up the second meeting. The second meeting is going to be very, very important because that's going to be a meeting where they make a deal, and I don't want to use the word divvy things up, but, you know, to a certain extent, it's not a bad term, okay? But there will be a give and take as to boundaries, lands, et cetera, et cetera. The second meeting is going to be very, very important. This meeting sets up, it's like a chess game. This meeting sets up the second meeting. But there is a 25% chance that this meeting will not be a successful meeting, in which case I will run the country, and we have made America great again already in 6 months.
And you'll hit them with consequences, right? You'll hit them with more sanctions. The Senate sanctions go front and center if he yeah?
Oh, sure. If it's not solved.
If it sounds like Trump isn't really prepared for this meeting, both in terms of staring down a wily dictator like Putin and in terms of having a plan to end the war, that's because he isn't. And fair warning, it gets even more disturbing, so stick around. Earlier this morning, more details about the format of the meeting also emerged, including that Trump plans to meet with Putin without staff involved. Check it out.
And we're getting some new details from the Kremlin this morning about how these meetings are going to go down. They say that Trump and Putin are going to meet one-on-one first, just with their translators present, and then the meetings will broaden out to include their top advisors. And the Kremlin is also saying that Putin is going to join Trump for a press conference after the meetings have wrapped up. So it'll be a rare opportunity for Western journalists to be able to ask him about his 3-year invasion of his neighboring country, Ukraine.
No staff. What could go wrong? This might be a good time to mention that the last time Trump did that was in Helsinki, Finland in 2018. After the meeting, Steve Bannon described Trump as looking like a beaten dog. I'm sure that makes you feel better. European leaders, including Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, pleaded with Trump not to trust Putin on a conference call yesterday, one which culminated in French President Emmanuel Macron chewing Trump out over the phone. See our other videos for more. And if all of this sends ominous signals about the Alaska meeting, be warned, it gets worse. Not only is Trump prepared to sacrifice large portions of Ukraine to Russia to get a ceasefire, he's also willing to sacrifice parts of the United States. Multiple outlets, including Newsweek and The Telegraph, now report that Trump has privately told aides that he is also willing to sacrifice Alaskan resources to Russia in exchange for a ceasefire in Ukraine. Specifically, Trump is eyeing signing Alaskan deposits of oil and natural gas back over to Russia. That's how badly he wants to look like he's winning. Remember, the United States purchased Alaska from Russia in 1867, originally referred to as Seward's Folly, a dig at Secretary of State William Seward, who brokered the deal. The discovery of considerable resources, including gold, oil, and natural gas, proved the Alaska purchase one of the most savvy in American history and one of the dumbest in Russian history. Keep in mind that a ceasefire is not a treaty or formal end to the war. It's just a pause on it. Furthermore, if Trump does try to turn over bits of Ukraine to Russia, it will almost assuredly mean the war will continue. Taking that territory will give Putin unfettered access to militarizing them and deploying arms, which will give him an even more advantageous position to take over all of Ukraine. Putin has already broken multiple ceasefires in the war and has told Trump that he wants the entire country to be part of Russia. If that sounds like a diplomatic disaster in the making, you are correct. Trump isn't a deal maker. He just played one on a reality show. And now he's willing to give up some of the most lucrative resources in the United States in the name of his vanity. This is, for the record, all about distracting from the Epstein files. So let's hope and pray that Putin doesn't totally steamroll Trump, and that some of Trump's winged monkeys at least try to protect the rest of us Americans from this devil's bargain. We'll keep you updated. This is Occupy Democrats.